Hello, so this is my compression bandage video for the skill check. This is my patient Brennan. I will be working on his left upper extremity for the compression bandage, which is for lymphedema. I already have the compression stocking on him, which is to protect his skin as well as absorb moisture. What you want to do with the stocking is you want to make it long enough to where it goes up to his shoulder as well as past his hand. And you want a little hole on the side for his thumb to go through as well. I'm going to roll it up in the beginning because we want access to his wrist and hand to do the finger bandaging. I'm going to wash my hands really quick before I get started. And once I get that, I have some supplies I'm going to use. The first supplies is this foam bandage right here, or foam pad, sorry. And it has some little notches in it where I'm going to place on his knuckles. And it's just going to fit on top of his hand just like that. And then I have some finger bandages right here. And what you want to do is start at the wrist, and if I can have you spread your fingers apart for me. Great. And then you just wrap around his wrist like that. And then you're going to want to go up distally on the fingers. Leave a little space for the tops of the fingers to be showing. So you can see if the thumb or the tops of the rest of the fingers are starting to turn white or blue. You definitely don't want too much tension when applying the bandage as well. You also want to have a nice clear palm on the bottom when applying this bandage as well. Can you keep them nice and spread out? Thank you. You also want to make sure that you are covering in between the fingers too when you're doing the bandaging. Just going to situate some of this, make sure that I'm not showing the pad or any skin showing right here, so I'm just making sure it's all nicely fitted. So what you have here is the top of the hand, and as you can see there's no skin showing, and the fingers here on the top are showing so you can make sure for coloration. And then you can see his palm of his hand is nice and open and I'm not covering it. So I'm going to check and see that his fingers are nice and warm, no coolness. Do you feel any numbness or tingling?
Nope.
Perfect, great. So since that's all nice and good, next what I'll start is just bring the stockinette back up over the bandage. I'm going to have it nice like that. And then we have this nice cotton bandaging that we'll use next. And again, it's just another layer for absorbing moisture. So you're just going to start at the wrist and work your way up towards the shoulder. And again, don't apply too much tension when you are wrapping the arm. Put that in right there. All nice and bandaged. And next we'll be using 3 sets of bandages. The first 2 will be 6-inch bandages and the next one will be the 8-inch bandage. So first what I'll start with is a 6-inch bandage, and that will be just for the wrist and the hand. And I'm going to keep his fingers out and spread out so I can start the bandage. Again, I don't want to have any tension when bandaging. And then you just want to tuck it in. Alright, so then you just have the bandage right here, so from the wrist to the hand. Next what I'm going to have him do is I'm going to have him make a fist for me. That's going to provide an active contraction of his muscles from his forearm up to his shoulder, and that's going to make a working pressure, and that's what we're looking for. So if I can have you extend your arm out for me, great. And this next one is again just going to be from the wrist and up to the top of his elbow. Again, don't apply too much tension to the bandage. Just go ahead and tuck it in. Alright, that is our next layer. So I'm going to next use this 8-inch bandage, and again I'm going to have him keep his hand in a nice fist, nice and close, straight out for me. Thank you. And again, just start at the wrist and work your way up the arm. Alrighty. So again, you just want to tuck that in. You have all the way from your wrist up to your shoulder. And can I have you bend your elbow for me? Great. And as you can see, you don't see any of the showing of the under bandage. And I'm going to just check your sensation. Do you feel my fingers or touch here?
Yep.
Great. Any numbness or tingling?
Nope.
Those fingers are nice and warm, nice and pink. And I'm going to roll this back down here. And then, so bend your elbow for me. Can you bring your hand to your mouth? Can you brush your hair? Great. So he's able to fully move his arm. And I'm going to bring this down. And that is my compression bandage. Alright, just going to wash my hands here, and we are all done.